now, and this one looks like they're jumping into a game 2 here. So we're going to have bottledjinn versus iplongno here. I'm going to go ahead and update the overlay so everyone can see this now because the other ones are having some trouble. So we've got bottledjinn at the bottom of your screen, iplongno at the top. A lot of 1-drops in hand for bottledjinn.
1-drops are good, but unfortunately, you can't do the ultimate play of, turn 1 Daru lead, turn 2 1-drop, make a 5-4. Oh! But that's a good draw. A hand that looked like it wasn't going anywhere after the first few turns suddenly has the biggest gas. The janitor himself.
Someone call the janitor. He's here. And it turns out the reason the Burgund and Stormguard did not get in a game was because Stormguard had already won that 2-0. That was the first game went really fast, so that was actually game 2 that we were watching. So Stormguard 7-9-8 knocking Burgund out of the tournament, and Stormguard is going to get one of those top 8 slots after losing their first game. So congrats Stormguard for taking that one. And this game is amazing. 1-0 on bottledjinn side. So we saw the end of that game, and we're just going to stick with this one for the rest of the round until this match is complete.
I think I might have Crown Patrollered, turned the other Crown Patroller into a Sigil. It puts you up to 4 power, which is useful for this deck, and allows you to play Dovid on 2 on curve. Plus, Crown Patroller is not really doing anything anyway, so it's just a 2-1, But obviously, bottledjinn reflected otherwise.
Notably, this is our 3 versus our 4, by the way, our 3 seed versus our 4 seed. So these players have won a lot. They have great records, great performance so far in the season. Both of these players have shown up significantly here.
So we've had our 1 player 2 and our 3 player 4.
We have. That is true.
Seems like our good play. It seems like the players that had the highest seeds are rising to the top or something.
It's almost like we did it on purpose. We didn't.
Almost.
We didn't, just so you know.
This is actually all scripted. This is a recording.
It's a recording, yeah. All right.
That's why there's a 5-minute delay. The 5-minute delay is to sell its realism here.
Also from the background, Doc28 taking a 2-0 over WSG Ron. Wow. So congratulations, Doc28. 3-0 through the Swiss. Going to be one of our 2 3-0 players. Congratulations to Doc28, Elysian Spells Master. Look at that. Know thy enemy for iplongno. Huge play there.
While Telmocus was giving us a tournament update, iplongno pulled the 360 no scope. Sorry. I believe the correct terminology or meme here is they played the reverse Uno card. Excuse me. Sorry. My apologies for my mismemery here. Yeah, the reverse Uno card seems to have pulled forward. And bottledjinn playing Brody. Brody notably was a newer card, I believe. Actually, is that newer at this point?
Yeah, I think it's still relatively new. Not the mini set, but the full set before, or something like that.
Or the mini set before that?
Yeah, something like that. Hey, YU and Final Logic, thank you so much for the follows. And here comes the unnerfed, the big, what would you say? It wasn't maybe buffed, I guess. 7/7 with overwhelm.
Unit, the big chungus. So notably, bottledjinn
gonna go and grab the From Anguish. Is gonna take care of that nice and cleanly. That's a nice 1 power way to answer Reality Warden.
So previously on, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever, we had Telmocos talking about how Maybluff Huntress plus Janitor Dovid is a combination that allows you to utilize its high power and health while not having its downside of its in-tomb ability. Notably, though, Reality Warden is in fact a 7/7, and a 6/5 does not beat a 7/7.
Yeah, 6/5 killer turns out doesn't hit the 7/7. But that's okay. It's going to do a ton of damage here for bottledjinn. Send an agent. Going to take care. Going to keep iplongno alive at 2. But 2 is not a lot. With just a power in hand.
Brody plus Merchant is the combination. It did give the Merchant additional +1 attack.
The only thing iplongno could do here to get out of this would be draw like a Know Thy Enemy or something.
So did somebody say draw no diatomy? I think I heard draw no diatomy.
I may have cheated and seen the top deck, but still, exactly the right
Oh,
draw at
I
2
see how it
life for
is.
iplongno here, clearing Bottle Djinn's board, stabilizing it 2, and getting the trash in the pair of 2/2/1s. But here comes another backup janitor, janitor number 2 off the top for Bottle Djinn. See if they can grab something from the top of the deck.
I don't remember. I'm gonna go check, but I'm gonna see is bottledjinn playing vicious overgrowth.
Not
Oh,
sure
it's in
in the
the.
deck. It's not in the market
I know.
right
I think
now.
it's there because I believe I saw it in the market earlier, and obviously they're not playing in the market normally, so I believe
Right.
it is. It is. Yeah, they have 4 vicious overgrowth in the deck. So
Okay. That's a draw.
because until iplongno draws a Diana or like a greatsword or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
um, Bottle Jin can just draw a vicious overgrowth at any point
Hey,
and
here
take the game that way.
comes
And of course,
Svetya. That's pretty good. iplongno gonna say, okay, pressure's on. But like you said, they're gonna have to. iplongno's gonna have to turn the corner and somehow deal 27 before Bottle Djinn can land a vicious overgrowth, which is gonna be a little tough. But Bottle Djinn can't really attack here. There's no way to get through the Svetya, and you're not just gonna throw away a unit. You could attack with both, and you could basically eat the merchant, but that seems like a really bad trade. So Bottle Djinn just gonna pass it back. There's a
the
Roland.
other thing, Bottle Jin also has some other decent draws in Hifos. Hifos
Mm-hmm.
being able to present both a lethal flyer and potentially, depending on if Longno gets too aggressive, right? The whole concept of when does the control player turn the corner?
Mm-hmm.
If Longno gets too aggressive, Hifos can come down, stun enough things, and if Longno only Bottle Jin needs just one attack in. And on that front, I think Bottle Jin just made a pretty reasonably sized misplay in not playing power that turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Bottle Jin draws Hifos, they would love to have that 7th power in order to be able to stun 3 things. Like right here,
Good point.
if Iplongno, well, okay, Iplongno played a second roll, which is just gross. Bottle Jin's drawing nothing but power, which is also equally
Mm-hmm.
gross. Um, but if Iplongno had attacked and then stun 3 things, get in with 2 past 1 roll, that could have been good enough. But
Oh, man, Roland Reality Warden, power, power, power. Hate to see that. All
I
right,
mean, Bottle Jin still just needs one draw, right?
that's
All they do is
true.
block just enough to take to they just need to block
Presenting,
just enough.
presenting 12 there, but gonna go ahead and block anyway. Gonna go down to 9, and then Moonstone Vanguard the draw as well. So this is gonna be lethal on the next turn. So Vicious Overgrowth off the top. Nope,
Nope,
just shock
that was
troops,
not
and
it.
I don't think that's gonna be enough. And looks like iplongno is gonna able to stabilize. Was dead on board, empty-handed, and drew the Know Thy Enemy, and then drew straight gas after that to stabilize and come back and win this game. So just in time, just enough for iplongno to come back and take this one and tie it up to 1 game apiece. Centurion
I mean,
27, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're enjoying the tournament today.
that's the end of game 2, was it?
I believe that was game 2. Yes, I believe they were tied up. Yeah, Bottle Djinn had won game 1. So iplongno going to tie that up 1 game apiece, going to this critical game 3, round 3. The winner of this game makes it to top 8. The loser is out. So a lot on the line here for these 2 players. And it looks like Apple Chips and Spifferific did make it into their match, so we will get to see that in a little bit. The Overmaster Colacoma, that's our other 2-0 match. Looks like Colacoma took game 1, but they are in game 2 now. But we're going to stick right here. We're going to try to see the end of Bottle Djinn versus iplongno, this win and in, and then we'll flip over to Apple Chips and Spifferific and catch the end of that match. And then after that, as I mentioned, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to take a little 15-20 minute break and then ask some questions to our DWE friend BK here in a couple minutes. All right, let's head back. Game 3, round 3, Bottle Djinn versus iplongno. This is for a top 8 slot. A lot on the line here for these players.
So Bottle Jin has an interesting hand that it's got a curve, but it's also not necessarily putting pressure on the table.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, though, you want to get rid of it because it also has all your influence, right? So it's got Hifos and all your influence, So
Yeah, that's a good point. They're gonna keep. It is a little bit of an awkward hand.
yeah, Logistics Expert once again proving itself to be just slightly not what you want early, but also potentially not what you want late. Although, actually, I guess here Elizabeth was pretty decent because turn 1 List Expert, turn 2 Hifos. but that's not what Bald is going for, apparently. Argo's technique could be a big game changer later on in the game.
Could be. Nice draw there.
Can you imagine?
Would have been nice to grab like a janitor there or something, but still pretty good. Longnose got Edict of Makar, Send an Agent, and Double Merchant. So exactly the setup that they want and more power to play. So IP Longnose got the setup they want and a slower hand from bottledjinn. We'll see if that's going to be enough for them to take this over.
So you're saying that you want bottledjinn to draw a Dovid, while iplongno has an Edict of Makar in hand? I see who your favorite is.
All right, Send an Agent going to take care of that logistics expert here. Let's see if this is countered. I don't think you would, but I guess you have the option to counter this. No, you're just gonna let that happen. I don't think you want that. Just take the 1-for-1 and move on.
Yeah, I think you just like slam a 3/3 for 3 and punch for 5. Just get punchy.
Get punchy indeed. Here comes the seasoned drill master here. That's gonna.
I guess they're soldiers, so you're getting no attacks. No,
misclick there for bottledjinn. Did not attack for the 5 damage. Oh no.
No punching happening here.
Oh, brutal misclick for bottledjinn there. That 5 damage is going to come back, but okay. IP Longno now. Got to move on from that. That's where if you're in bottledjinn seat, you just got to take a deep breath and say that just happened. That's okay. Move on and take your next play. You can't let that beat you twice.
Take a sip of water. Calm down. That's maybe what bottledjinn's doing right now.
All right, Crown Patroller off the top. Regroup. Let's see how you win this game now. You got Hyphos still.
Bottledjinn has
Crown Patroller.
Bottledjinn has approximately infinity options right now with their turn.
Approximately.
Hyphos has like 20 options. Crown Patroller has like 20 options, and of course, techniques inherently have many options.
If you like options, we got the cards for you. All right, so the 3/3 can attack through cleanly, so that's going to attack either way. You could use the Argos technique on an attack. I don't know if iplongno even blocks here. You got to assume they have something in hand. Although you could also argue that, yeah, if you attack, iplongno's just like, sure, use your Argos technique just to get by my 2/3. That's fine. That's not even necessarily good for you. You're going to start with the attack. Probably just... you probably just play the Hyphos and Amplify and then play your painting. Seems like the safest play.
Yeah, that seems like, probably the best line.
Not exciting, but it's just the way to use your turn most efficiently, I think.
I'm actually not sure about playing the painting. You probably just play the painting, but you could have saved it for Crown Patroller.
True. All right, exploit here for iplongno is going to take the technique here. Leave bottledjinn with nothing but a Crown Patroller in hand.
Yeah, this is the card you would love to have gotten rid of. Yeah. Right? You'd love to have countered the exploit, especially because it looks like iplongno might be stuck on power a bit. So, but obviously couldn't have the power open because that's just not how the game works.
Yeah, and Edict going to take out the Hyphos. Crown Patroller off. Still going to be able to get the treasure trove off that.
Look, he built his own scrap tank.
Not good from bottledjinn side here, though. Out of gas already, and iplongno not really under any pressure. Still at 17 with a good blocker out that can cleanly block both 2/1s. Gonna be able to just deploy out a tower without having to worry about anything. Get 2 more 1/1
Speaking
blockers.
Of good blockers and cards.
The janitor.
Speaking of good cards.
Yeah, janitor's a little late to the party, though.
You know what? Better late than never.
Late for work, I guess.
We'll have to see who has the last.
Was that a whiff off of the janitor? Oh my goodness!
It looks like iplongno has the last laugh.
Brutal. Janitor David showing up late to work and forgetting his backpack as well. Nothing coming off of that. Not a good start this game for bottledjinn. We've got Windchest Merchant and Desert Alchemist in hand for iplongno. We're gonna curfew enforcements as well. Shrink down the units. Why not?
I mean, basically what this means is that you can block the 2/3 with your 2/3, and then block Dovid with your Desert Alchemist, and
this is actually really interesting. Bottledjinn can Vicious Overgrowth the tower directly, but will they try? Will they try to get aggressive? They can also overgrowth the merchant, but if they do that, they're going to get the Desert Alchemist in the face. So that would actually end up being really bad for them if they did that.
So the question is Bottle Jinn going to attack with David this turn no matter what? If Bottle Jinn's always attacking with David, you should Vicious Overgrowth the merchant.
Sure.
Because if you're attacking with both anyways, then you will always kill the site. Unless iplongno has 2 alchemists, in which case you just are like, well, whatever. Sometimes they just have everything and you just have to
that's a good way to look at it. That if you're gonna attack anyway, then you have to attack with both and take what iplongno gives you. And if you're not attacking, then what are you doing? Like then you're probably not winning the game. So that's fair point. It was probably correct either way. It's just unfortunate that that's what iplongno had.
Oh, somehow Bottle Jinn is punished for not playing power last turn.
Yep. Well, if we've learned anything tonight, don't hold on to your power, everyone. Play out your power, especially when you have cards that you can amplify.
I mean, it would have also been punished if he had gone Hepos, right?
Right.
And this is, again, part of the reason that the merchant style of Tradition Soldiers is not necessarily better, because if you're playing merchants, you want to keep power in hand. But if you keep power in hand, then in a 3-faction deck, a lot of your power will end up being depleted when you just draw it off the top. So but your goal is always to have power in play for your amplified cards. So there's sort of this tension of merchant with power in hand versus playing power to have amplified cards. And the easiest solution there is just to remove merchant from the equation and just play all your powerful cards in your deck.
All right, Bottle Jinn going to play out and amplify that logistics expert. Get a 4/5. Svetya was the merchant grab last turn, and Diana the play this turn. So iplongno again showing how well that they can draw off the top here with their big cards and attack in for 2. Start to turn that around a little bit.
Not what Bottle Jinn was looking for. Bottle Jinn was really hoping to get a janitor into a Maveloff Huntress.
Yeah.
But it looks like things are looking bad because iplongno has a ton of good top decks, including just power cards off the top, and then Know Thy Enemy also would be great. And because notably Amplify was a benefit because it couldn't be dazzled. Today Amplify is a downside because it can't be Know Thy Enemy.
Mm-hmm. All right, from beyond the draw here, probably not really going to be relevant for iplongno at this point. Now they're just looking for beef, and that's pretty much it. And here we go. We got 2 beaters coming down in the air. It's going to be a while till iplongno is going to be able to turn on that Diana, but that's okay. Still a 2/4 flyer in the air. And now you got that Svetya active as well. It's going to be tough for Bottle Jinn to just even get through the Svetya at all. They can attack. I mean, you can suicide in the Brody and make your logistic expert a 5/5, but you don't even have to block with the Svetya. iplongno has plenty of blocks they can line up. So I'm not really, you're going to have to attack, but unfortunately for Bottle Jinn, iplongno just has great blocks here.
I mean, I guess what Bottle Jinn is going for is trying to say, hey, I have a combat trick.
Yeah.
Wow, trading off Svetya, that surprises me. Considering that iplongno was at like 24 or 22 or something, like they weren't even at a low life total, so just trading off the Svetya there was crazy to me.
Yeah, but this is what we talked about, turning the corner here. iplongno going to knock Bottle Jinn all the way down to 6 right there. And just a painting off the top, and that's just going to be it. That's just lethal for iplongno here.
What Bottle Jinn really needed was like Dovid into Dovid, where both Dovids got a Maveloff Huntress.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations to iplongno, our number 4 seed. They're going to make it 2-1, and they are going to take it into our top 8. So congratulations, condolences, Bottle Jinn. Well played. But they